You want to send your kids to Hollywood when they're kids? With all the pedophiles and how they groom them and how they use them and abuse them and they do MK Ultra on them and they really fuck them up. That's on you guys. If I knew what I know now, I would have never come to Los Angeles. Let's just put it this way. Hi guys, here's to another coffee morning vlog. Let's get into it. I don't know where this article is. I thought it was in Glamour. I don't know if it's in glamour.com or not, but Britney Spears would rather shit in her own pool than to return to the entertainment industry. Hi guys, it's Ellie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is EllieArket. I am a spiritual therapist, life coach, founder of EllieArket Cosmetics, psychic medium. If you guys need to come to me for coaching, healing, reading, go to EllieArket.com/services. If you guys want to purchase my beautiful makeup, everything is organic, vegan, cruelty-free, very, very clean. I always use my lipsticks as eyeshadows, as an eyeliner. So if you guys are interested in my makeup, like today, I think I am wearing, I'm wearing Liliana, but actually I mix a little bit of Liliana and Blessed Bee. I always mix everything. So if you guys are interested in the makeup, go to EllieArketShop.com. I hope you guys give this video a like and consider subscribing, and let's get to today's video. Okay, so today I want to talk about Britney Spears. It's really, really funny. Before we get into Britney Spears, it's really funny. Like when I was actually in the scene, when I was in Hollywood, when I was pursuing acting, I would get so many DMs from friends of a friend of a friend, family members. Even like I would get into a car accident and I would hire an attorney, right? And I would go to like to the meeting to, like, you know, file paperwork, and then they would find out like what I was doing for work, and they would be just like so like enchanted by it, right? And they would be like, hey, can you help like my son get into the business? Can you help my son get an agent or manager? He wants to be an actor, he wants to be a model, or she wants to be an actress, or she wants to be a model. And I would just say, I don't want to go to hell, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. And I think a lot of people thought like I was like jealous, or I didn't want to help them. But it was one of those things where it's just like, I know what's in Hollywood and I know what they do with kids, so I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to have anything to do with your kid getting molested, groomed, any of that. I don't want to have anything to do with it. You want to send your kids to Hollywood when they're kids? With all the pedophiles and how they groom them and how they use them and abuse them and they do MK Ultra on them and they really fuck them up. That's on you guys. If I knew what I know now, I would have never come to Los Angeles. Let's just put it this way. I probably would have been an attorney in Washington, D.C. by now. But anyways, I fucked up my life, so don't fuck up your life. Don't send your kids to Hollywood. So let's talk about Britney Spears. Britney Spears is literally going nuts. Now, some of the stuff that she's saying doesn't make any sense, because we all know the photographs that used to circle around on social media. Like she was hanging out with Paris Hilton and what's the other lady with the red hair? The crazy one. Anyways, they were all crazy and on drugs and alcohol, right? And they were all hanging out and they were all going to bars and getting drunk. And there was like photographs of them on TMZ, like in the streets urinating, stuff like that. I don't know if you guys know about this, but like Paris Hilton and Britney Spears and what you guys know who I'm talking about? The girl with the red hair, and she just like, she lost her shit too. She was a child star. I can't remember her name, but anyways, they used to all like hang out. And you know, I used to go to the Playboy Mansion parties all the time, and I would see Paris Hilton there all the time. I've seen with my own eyes, she would be urinating on the streets. She would sit down and urinate in the streets. Okay, don't come for me, Paris Hilton, if you watch this video. I've seen it with my own eyes, because like you're drunk and there's no place to go to the bathroom and you just sit on the ground and you pee. And there's actual photos of her. Also her friend, like they were all like on heroin and drugs and alcohol, all sorts of shit, right? So I have seen photos of Britney Spears doing these parties. I mean, there's an infamous photo of Britney Spears where, you know, the paparazzi always like shot up their skirts or whatever, and a lot of times Britney Spears wouldn't be wearing any underwear, and you could tell that she's clean down there, and you could, and the photos were so like I don't know how they angled it or how they did it, But she was getting out of the car, there was a couple of shots of her, like you could see her like cesarean section when she had, she had a C-section when she had a baby. So don't tell me that you've never been to a bar. That narrative doesn't make any sense to me, because we have seen photos of you and videos of you being drunk with Paris Hilton and these other people, smoking, and because I saw a video of her, I don't know if it was on TikTok, I don't know where I saw a video of Britney Spears. It's Britney Spears. I don't know if it's TikTok, or I don't know where I saw it. I saw a video of Britney Spears herself saying, "This is my first time at a bar. This is my first time at a bar." So I don't know, I'm beginning not to kind of believe her, because I was kind of on her side. I mean, I am on her side. I know she was like, I know she was like traumatized, right? And I know she was abused and all sorts of shit. But she's coming out and she's saying some crazy shit now. She's saying, I don't know why it's so dark here today, but it is. She's come out and she says, in same post, Britney Spears said that she has no interest in being in the entertainment business anymore. In quotes, she says, "You say do what you want to do now. Really? 14 years later, after being humiliated? It's way too late for that. Again, I'd rather stay home and shit in my fucking pool than join the entertainment business. The truth is a fucking bitch," she wrote. I don't know where this article is. I thought it was in Glamour. I don't know if it's in glamour.com or not, but Britney Spears would rather shit in her own pool than to return to the entertainment industry. She said, "After 14 years of telling me not to do what I wanted to, it's ruined me. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was my family locking me up in that place for 4 months. Jesus fucking Christ," she wrote. "I like to see somebody tell Jennifer Lopez to sit down 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, no car, own security for 5 years, telling me at my own door I can't walk outside for 4 months, no door for privacy, and watch me change naked and shower," Spears continued. "Doing what she wants to do is easier said than done," the 40-year-old mother of two added. Does the entertainment industry promote mental illness? That's basically the topic of today. Does the entertainment industry promote mental illness? Because I have to tell you, a lot of these kids, a lot of these celebrities kind of start normal. They want to become actors, actresses, musicians, singers, dancers, whatever. And then years later, they suffer from mental health. They become suicidal. They want to kill themselves. They hate their lives. With all the fame and all the money, they hate it. They feel like there's no hope. There is no reason to live. And it's astounding that this is how they feel, because a lot of people want to be rich and famous, but the people that are actually rich and famous are fucking miserable as fuck. So, not to be dropping the F-bomb, but I mean, they are so miserable. Now, the thing that people don't understand, it's not that they're miserable because they're rich and famous. What makes them miserable is what they have to go through to achieve that. There are things that people and the public does not know. There are events and situations where, I don't know if I ever told you guys, little story time. I don't know if I ever told you guys that I was, gosh, I can't even say the actress's name and the manager because I'm gonna get sued. A very, 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 very famous actress, a beautiful African-American actress that's mixed. Her mom is white, her dad is black. She's very famous. She's won an Oscar. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. I can't say it on film. I was in one of my acting classes and I was performing a monologue in a scene with, one of my scene partners. I didn't know in the audience was this person's manager. After the scene was over, we had our little break and stuff. My acting coach introduced me to this person's manager. And he was like, "Do you know who this is? This is blah, 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 blah's manager." And I was like, whoa. So the manager invited me to his office. So I went there, I had 3 meetings with him. I did a monologue for him. I went back and I did a scene with a scene partner. You bring somebody in and you do like a scene in front of the manager and other people in the room. And then the 3rd meeting, it was just him and I. It was something like you see in a movie. Like, we sat down. He was sharing, his office was shared with the publicity department that was running for his celebrity clients. He closed the blinds. It literally was something like out of a movie. It was like, when it was happening, it was like slow motion. When I was in there experiencing that, it was like slow motion. I started sweating. He closed the blinds and he looked at me straight in my eye and he said, how bad do you want to make it in the business? Because I have the power to make you into a huge star. And then he said, and I was like, all right. And he was like, obviously you're beautiful. Obviously you're talented. He's like, you are a gold mine because you're beautiful and you have a great sense of humor and you're funny. So you can do like drama and comedy. And I would love to sign you, but this is what this is the prerequisite to that. And I was like, all right. And he basically told me that I would have to sleep with him and I would go on the red carpet with him, and then whomever that he introduced me with, I would have to sleep with them, and whomever that those people wanted me to sleep with, I would have to sleep with them. So basically in turn, it meant that he would pimp me out to anybody in the entertainment industry that wanted to fuck me. And if I slept with them, I would get acting roles, commercials, my own TV show eventually, but I would have to put in the dues. By putting the dues is like I would just consistently, constantly would have to fuck people. Listen to what I just said. I would have to consistently sleep with other people. It wasn't just one time. It wasn't just 2 times. It wasn't just 3 times. It was all the time. I had a friend of mine that worked for a huge star, and I can't say her name either, but she's really, really beautiful, tall, blonde, and she's always having a mental breakdown on sets and stuff because she has slept with so many people. Also because she's so beautiful. Everybody wanted like a piece of her, right? So every time my friend would stand in for her, every show, because like, you know, when you were standing for a famous actress, and if you guys have the same height and the same look, the production company of different shows will hire you again because, you know, you look like them and they want you to stand in or photo double them, and so they want to continue working with you because you know it's easy for production and for the AD behind the camera to when you look like them, same skin tone, hair, height, whatever, right? So she would travel with her to all these different movies and stuff that she was doing, and she would say like she's this actress that I can't say her name, but she's really, really, really famous, very, very, very tall and blonde, very, very tall and blonde. Just think about who that would be. And she's not American, she's from another country, but she looks American. She looks German actually, because she's of German descent and English descent, I think. Anyways, she would have these mental breakdowns all the time on sets, and she's like apparently like this like neurotic, like psychotic like person, and people don't even know she's just batshit crazy. And my friend used to be like, you know, I used to think like she was a bitch, and I like I would judge her for it. But then I started kind of like being around her, listening to her phone conversations, and kind of like watching her demeanor when a producer would come up to her and say, hey, you ready to go for drinks later? And I would just see her face be like, yeah. And then it would just like, she would just get all teared up, and like it was almost like she had to go do something that she didn't want to do, which is probably like sexual stuff, right? So that's the reality of the entertainment industry. People don't know. Was Britney Spears abused? Absolutely. Did she go through MK Ultra? Probably. But some of the stuff that she's saying also doesn't make any sense. So I'm kind of like perplexed. Did I've seen pictures of her where she's partying and she has like no one. Maybe that was before the conservatorship. Oh, that's what it is. Right, okay. So now I remember. So all those photos and all those partyings that she did, that was before the conservatorship. Then they put her under the conservatorship because she was going crazy, right? She was shaving her head and she was doing drugs and drinking and doing cocaine. And then when she came off of cocaine, allegedly, apparently, this video is for entertainment purposes only, disclaimer, and she wasn't eating and stuff. And then when they made her not do it anymore, she gained a lot of weight because a lot of models and actresses in Hollywood, if you guys don't know, they use cocaine and cigarettes and coffee because it suppresses your appetite and then you don't eat. So then you lose weight because the entertainment industry has this ungodly idea of how much your weight should be, how you should look like. I feel for her. I know she's really angry. And I think now that the conservatorship has been lifted, she wants to latch out and just talk about it and express her thoughts and feelings and just like get her off her chest. But it's going to make her look bad. It's going to come to a point where I feel like because of her behavior and the things that she's saying and the way she's behaving, I don't know who has the right to maybe go back to court and say maybe she needs to go back under the conservatorship, but there's a possibility that she may go under the conservatorship again. I don't think so in reality because it would be, I don't know. I have another theory, which is kind of like out there, but listen to what I have to say. My theory is that Britney Spears should have been dead. And because she's extended her lifespan in the entertainment industry. It's like she's malfunctioning. Maybe she's a clone. Because I have this theory that Britney Spears is the clone of Marilyn Monroe. That's what I think. Like, my conspiracy mind thinks, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I have this idea that I feel like Britney Spears, because she looks so much like Marilyn Monroe, there are people that have done like side by side, like photos of them. They look so identical. I think they're cousins or whatever. I think that Britney Spears is Marilyn Monroe's either clone or relative or something, and she was supposed to be here for a while, and now she's extended that time, and everything after that is going to be just like catastrophe. That's what I think, and I know it's really out there. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's like, just imagine if Elvis Presley was still alive. Like, people saw Elvis Presley as this beautiful, sexy man, right? Like tan and his jet black hair and his leather pants, and he was hot and sexy, and then he became fat as fuck, and then he died. I know this is really harsh the way I'm putting it, but can you guys imagine if he was alive? Can you guys imagine if Marilyn Monroe was alive? I guess it would look like what Madonna looks like right now. They would have to do all sorts of crazy stuff to kind of maintain that look and that iconic persona that's like larger than life, you know. And maybe Britney Spears has had her moment. I really do think she needs to disappear, stop posting, stop talking, go live your life quietly. It's like, just go live your life quietly. Don't post, don't say anything. You have all the money in the world, you don't need it. You don't need to perform anymore. You hate it, you hate everybody. We get it, you hate everybody. Just go live your life peacefully, enjoy your life, and try to patch your relationship with your kids. Your family is shit, we agree with that, but try to patch things up with your kids. Now, maybe her kids feel the same way we do, like the way she's acting is cringe, but yeah, the stuff that I said in the beginning, now I remember, like, you know, when she was doing all those wild parties and stuff like that, that was before the conservatorship. But the way she's speaking about it is like she's never been to a bar before. She's never had a drink before. She's never partied before. Everything was completely controlled. That's not true. My heart goes out to Britney Spears. We still love her. We still support her, but she is a product of the entertainment industry. I don't think this would have been her life if she wasn't going to become Britney Spears. The thing is, like, I feel like, you know, our psychic, and going back to psychology, I don't want to keep throwing psychology into your faces, but going back to psychology, I feel like humans think they can handle certain things. And then at some point, when it's like overtly you're under any type of abuse, it comes to a point where you're just going to blow up and you're going to like lose your mind, and it's going to crack your mind. What happens is, like, through a lot of stress and trauma, your mind splits. And the notion is that MK Ultra is when they split your mind, and then they have, like, you know, a way to control you so that you can perform and do the things that they want. And then you have this other persona. That's what a lot of people say, like Michael Jackson, like Beyonce, like, you know, all sorts of people say, like, my persona on stage is different than my persona in real life. Like, I'm not really that person. Like, when I get on stage, something happens. I just saw an interview with Ozzy Osbourne and his wife Sharon, because like they're moving back to London, and they were talking about, like, he just like performed, and he had a lot of health issues and stuff, but he just like performed, and everybody was crying when they saw him on stage performing, and his fans were so happy. And, you know, he was talking about in this recent interview that when I go on stage and I start performing, something just takes over. Yeah, it's called a demon. It's called a demon. They put demons in them. It's a kind of a complicated conversation. I don't know how I'm going to address that for you guys, but I wanted to kind of superficially talk about it. These celebrities go through a lot of abuse, mentally, sexually, emotionally, and then after a certain time, they're expired. Like, they just can't do it anymore. Now, if they don't get rid of them and kill them, sacrifice them, basically, and if they stick around, we see what we're seeing with Britney Spears. I feel like her time has expired. She has expired. Like, she should not be here anymore. That's how the entertainment industry looks at the people that they make really big. When they start falling from that pedestal, it's like, it's done. I'm not suggesting for the entertainment industry to like get rid of her. I'm just saying that's what they do. When you become like a liability to them, they get rid of you. Like Whitney Houston. like Prince. When you start talking and you start getting a little like arrogant, like I can talk against this machinery, which is the entertainment industry, it's Hollywood. They think like I'm gonna start freely talking about it. Be careful, because they will get rid of you. They did that to Michael Jackson, they did that to Prince, they did that to Whitney Houston, and then they sing and dance about it. Like Whitney Houston died what hotel was it? Hilton or not Hilton? It's a hotel that's on Wilshire and Santa Monica Boulevard. I can't remember the name of the hotel. She died in this hotel room, right? Drowned in the bathtub. I don't even know how that's possible. And then downstairs, it was the Grammys. And they're singing and dancing. They know that Whitney Houston died upstairs like hours ago, but they're singing and dancing with her dead body upstairs. That's the entertainment industry. So don't send your kids to become actors and actresses and singers. If you want to just go out there and do it and make a little bit of money of it, that's fine. But if you want to become an A-list celeb, if you want to become on that caliber of Madonna, Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, Elvis, they're gonna fuck you up. Sorry for all the F words, but it was kind of necessary to bring it in today. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. People that are coming to me, emailing me about what I do is I use spirituality and psychology, and I offer life coaching, and I teach you guys about manifestation and law of attraction, and then I help you guys, you know, fix your lives, whatever area you need fixing. But I mostly help people's relationships and love life and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that and you need my assistance, go to EllieArket.com/services. If you guys want to purchase my beautiful makeup, go to CASHAPP.com. Give this video a like, consider subscribing. That's what we're going to be doing here. This channel is going to be raw. I'm going to talk about things that other people don't want to talk about. If you guys want to listen to it, if you guys want to learn from me, I have a lot of experience being in Hollywood. I have a lot of experience with a lot of things. So I hope that you would join us, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's coffee morning vlog. Also, from time to time, I'm going to do my makeup. Other videos are going to be uploaded on this channel, like how I do my makeup or skincare or hair care routine or whatever, or like maybe a vlog. So just, it's like a one-woman show here. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Thank you.